Chapter 2260. Heavenly Stellar Fist. Xin Wulian roared and unleashed all of his strength. The power of the world surged and intertwined with the power of the universal laws. Stars appeared around his body one after another. A total of 360 stars appeared around Xin Wulian. He stood in the middle of the stars like a god. It's the Heavenly Stellar Fist, the ultimate technique of the Heavenly Stellar Emperor. Someone exclaimed in excitement. This technique was extremely famous in the heavenly world. Who do you think will win, Lu Ming or Xin Wulian? I think Xin Wulian will win. Although he's the weakest of the 9 absolutes, he's already a true emperor. His battle prowess is amazing. I think he's already a 3rd-ranked true emperor. I think so too. Although Lu Ming is strong, he's still a new emperor. He's not proficient in using the power of the world. I don't think he's a match for Xin Wulian. Some people discussed. At this time, Lu Ming and Xin Wulian were engaged in a fierce battle. As Xin Wulian waved his hands, one star after another crashed toward Lu Ming like meteors, destroying the few sword gleams that Lu Ming slashed out. Lu Ming became one with his sword and charged towards Xin Wulian. His battle sword continued to slash out. Break for me. Lu Ming attacked continuously with his sword. In an instant, he had slashed more than 10 times at those stars. Boom, boom, boom. Explosions continued to occur in the sky. Lu Ming was like a god standing in the void of the universe. He turned into a supreme giant and slashed apart a star. The scene was very visually shocking. After more than 10 explosions, more than 10 stars were destroyed by Lu Ming. However, Lu Ming's body was also blocked. That's all you got. Die. Xin Wulian shouted. His body was covered in starlight. With a wave of his hand, more than 10 stars flew towards Lu Ming. At the same time, the stars that had been shattered by Lu Ming reformed around his body. His body remained surrounded by 360 stars. Lu Ming erupted with his full strength. His world energy crazily poured into the battle sword in his hand. The battle sword hummed as 8 different types of laws intertwined together. Different types of laws, different types of mysteries intertwined, bursting forth with astonishing power. Bang, bang, bang. Lu Ming continuously slashed out. Every sword strike was able to split a star apart. However, there were too many stars. Moreover, each star was extremely powerful. It was like a real star that was filled with terrifying destructive power. No, every time he split open a star, Lu Ming's body would also be bombarded by a terrifying force. Let's see how many bullets you can block, said Xin Wulian coldly. His hands flashed in a double-handed incantation gesture, and then he shoved them forward. This time, over 100 heavenly bodies flew toward Lu Ming. Finally, after blocking several attacks, Lu Ming was forced back by the heavenly bodies. 9 extinction is indeed powerful. It seems that I still need to use 9 types of laws. Lu Ming's eyes narrowed. Suddenly, the battle sword in his hand dissipated. In the next moment, a long spear condensed. This long spear contained 9 types of laws. Lu Ming realized that although it was extremely difficult to fuse the strongest laws and evolve into a divine ability, the power that burst forth when it was successful was extremely terrifying. Every time one of them was added, the power would skyrocket. After adding in the law of life, the power was much stronger than before. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The long spear vibrated and pierced forward. Rays of spear light pierced through the void and pierced towards the stars. Bang, bang. Those stars continued to explode. In the blink of an eye, over 100 stars had been blasted apart by Lu Ming. Kill. Lu Ming held the long spear in his hand and charged towards Xin Wulian like a god of war. Xin Wulian's expression changed. He waved his hand again, and more stars flew towards Lu Ming. Lu Ming's long spear kept piercing out, and the stars continued to explode. They could not stop Lu Ming's footsteps at all. Heavenly Cycle Stellar Fist. Star Convergence. Xin Wulian roared and gathered all the stars, forming a huge star that pressed down on Lu Ming. Break! Lu Ming only let out a faint voice. He and his spear became one, turning into a dazzling spear light that pierced through the void. In the sky, There seemed to be two meteors bombarding each other, one big and one small. However, in the end, the small one was more powerful. It directly pierced through the big star and charged towards Xian Wuling. Damn it! Xian Wuling roared, his expression extremely ugly. His strongest move had been broken by Lu Ming. Was he going to lose? No, I can't lose. Xian Wuling roared in his heart, his face distorted. Once he lost, Lu Ming would naturally replace his position and become the new 9 absolutes. He would be knocked off his pedestal, which he could not accept. Lu Ming, you forced me to do this. Die. Xian Wuling roared in his heart. His eyes were filled with killing intent. His glabella shone and a weapon flew out. It was a pair of scissors. It was incomparably huge and emitted dazzling starlight. Whoosh! The scissors rapidly enlarged and cut towards Lu Ming. That's a great emperor weapon. Despicable. Someone roared. It was a fair fight between peers, but Xian Wuling had used a great emperor weapon. This was too much. This was beyond the scope of a fair fight. However, the scissors were too fast. In an instant, it had reached Lu Ming's head and was about to cut Lu Ming in half. A weapon? Don't think you're the only one with one. Lu Ming sneered. The spear in his hand disappeared and was replaced by a big bow. Fallen star bow. Lu Ming suddenly pulled the bowstring. He still did not pull the bowstring. He could only pull the bowstring in an arc. However, the arc was much larger than when Lu Ming had not become a great emperor. Lu Ming's laws poured into the fallen star bow. The power of the world poured in crazily, and an arrow emitting 9 colors condensed. Buzz. Lu Ming released the arrow, and it flew out towards the giant scissors. Clang. The arrow hit the scissors. The scissors vibrated violently and were directly sent flying. Although the scissors were a great emperor weapon, with Xian Wuling's cultivation, it was impossible for him to unleash its full power. He was directly sent flying by Lu Ming's arrow. Xian Wuling also suffered a backlash. His body shook violently, and he was forced to retreat. He spat out a mouthful of blood. A cold light flashed in Lu Ming's eyes. He pulled the bowstring again, and a 9-colored arrow was shot towards Xian Wuling. Xian Wuling obviously wanted to kill him just now. Since that was the case, he would not show mercy. No! Xian Wuling turned pale with fright and shouted in horror. He felt the threat of death from Lu Ming's arrow. He knew that if he was hit by this arrow, he would definitely die. He frantically changed his position, but this arrow seemed to have locked onto his aura and would constantly change its position. How dare you? Chapter 2261. This figure who suddenly appeared and crushed the 9-colored arrow was precisely the Lan family's heavenly emperor, Lan Cheng. Lan Cheng's gaze was cold as he looked at Lu Ming and said, Lu Ming, your means are so vicious. It's just a fair spar, but you actually want to take his life. With such a temperament, you can't be left alive. Pooh! Lu Ming immediately sneered. His heart was filled with anger. Are you King blind? Who made the first move just now? Who used a great emperor weapon to kill me first? Where did you go just now? Now, you run out and grumble. Get lost for me. Lu Ming was thoroughly enraged and completely flipped out. Who cared if he was a heavenly emperor? He berated him all the same. His impression of Lan Cheng was terrible to the extreme. From the beginning, he was targeted by the other party in every aspect. But the other party was a heavenly emperor. He had been enduring it all along previously, but now, he could not tolerate it anymore. Many people sucked in a breath of cold air. Lu Ming was simply audacious to the extreme. To actually dare scold Lan Cheng, telling Lan Cheng to get lost. This was a heavenly emperor. This was simply courting death. Insolent. Lan Cheng was enraged, roaring angrily, smacking a palm out, wanting to slap Lu Ming to death alive. A junior actually dared to say this to him. If he did not make a move to kill him, how would he convince the masses in the future? But at the back, Heavenly Emperor Hung Yu moved, appearing in front of Lu Ming, similarly firing a palm out, crushing Lan Cheng's attack. Hung Yu, this brat has no respect for his elders, yet you still want to protect him? Lan Cheng roared. Have no respect for his elders? Why don't you take a look at what you've done? If I were Lu Ming, I'd say the same. A dignified heavenly emperor, targeting a junior in every aspect. Could it be that I can't say anything? Also, young people are full of hot-bloodedness. It's also very normal to retort a few words. Could it be that you, as a heavenly emperor, don't have this bit of self-restraint? Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu sneered. You! Lan Chung was burning with rage, but he really had no place to vent it. The battle just now doesn't count. After all, both of them used extraordinary weapons. It's unfair. At this moment, Xinghe's master stepped forward and helped Lan Chung out of the predicament. He then said, "This battle will be considered a draw between Xian Wuling and Lu Ming. Fu Lu, you will fight Lu Ming." Xinghe's master, the gray-robed elder, looked at the other young man. Yes, the heavenly emperor Hong Yu. Fu Lu was also one of the 9 absolutes, but his ranking was far above Xian Wuling. "There's no need to fight anymore," said celestial emperor Hong Yu. His powerful aura made Fu Lu retreat. "Hong Yu, you want to interfere with the battle between the younger generation?" Lan Chung seized the opportunity and said coldly, "What interference?" "This battle started because of the indestructible ancient scripture. Previously, you said that Lu Ming could not become an emperor and was not qualified to control the indestructible ancient scripture. But now that Lu Ming has become an emperor, this battle is naturally over. There's no need to fight anymore. Who is more suitable than Lu Ming to control the indestructible ancient scripture?" Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu said coldly. "The indestructible ancient scripture is naturally obtained by the stronger. Only the stronger sky prides can bring out its value." Lan Chung was still unwilling to give up. "Nonsense. Well then, ask them to suppress their cultivation to the same level as Lu Ming. Let's see who's more suitable to fight at the same level." Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu shouted. Lan Chung shut up. Fighting at the same level? What a joke. Lu Ming had just become an emperor, but he had reached the 4-star Void Emperor realm. Moreover, the strength he displayed just now was obviously above Black Wuling. With such heaven-defying combat strength, no one was Lu Ming's opponent at the same level. There was no suspense at all. Hong Yu is right. Lu Ming has become an emperor. His potential is amazing. His future achievements are limitless. It's most suitable for him to control the indestructible ancient scripture. At this time, another heavenly emperor also spoke. This heavenly emperor was not from the primordial realm, but a heavenly emperor from the heaven realm. They had no grudges with Lu Ming and had no selfish motives. They simply felt that if the indestructible ancient scripture was left with Lu Ming, it would be of great help to the heaven realm if Lu Ming grew up. Yes, that's indeed the case. There's no need to compete anymore. Then, a few more heavenly emperors spoke. They were all heavenly emperors from the heaven realm. Lan Chung, heavenly emperor Yin family, the gray-robed old man, had a gloomy expression. Blue Cloud and the others naturally gritted their teeth. They knew that the indestructible ancient scripture would definitely belong to Lu Ming, because Lu Ming had already proven his value and potential. In the past, everyone thought that Lu Ming could not become an emperor. If he couldn't become an emperor, no matter how strong his combat strength was, it was useless. But now that Lu Ming had become an emperor, his potential was amazing. In the future, he could continue to break through, and his achievements would be limitless. Buzz. At this time, there was a fluctuation in the void. A white-robed, white-haired old man stepped out from it. Seeing this old man, the faces of Lan Chung, heavenly emperor Yin family, heavenly emperor Hong Yu, and the rest suddenly changed. They all bowed and saluted. "Greetings, Lord Heavenly Sovereign." These words made many people's hearts tremble wildly. Heavenly Sovereign. This old man was an Heavenly Sovereign. Heavenly Sovereign was the Heaven Realm's title for powerhouses. Only peerless powerhouses of 4-star, Heavenly Emperor and above were qualified to be addressed as Heavenly Sovereign. Very clearly, this old man was a peerless powerhouse of 4-star, Heavenly Emperor and above. "Greetings, Lord Heavenly Sovereign." Countless people bowed in greeting. The white-haired Heavenly Sovereign nodded and looked at Lu Ming, revealing a look of admiration as he said, "This old man already knows about the previous matter. This little guy's talent is astonishing, unprecedented since ancient times." Leave the indestructible ancient scripture with him. Many thanks, Heavenly Sovereign. Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu and several powerhouses from the primordial realm thanked him. Many thanks, Lord Heavenly Sovereign. Lu Ming also stepped forward to thank him. Lan Cheng and the others were helpless. Since the Heavenly Sovereign had spoken, they were even more unable to refute. Heavenly Sovereign, I feel that not only should the indestructible ancient scripture be left with him, but with his talent, his future achievements are limitless. Our heaven realm should concentrate resources and vigorously nurture him. No, I object. Hearing this, Lan Cheng immediately jumped out to oppose. Heavenly Sovereign, our heaven realm's resources are limited. We must not concentrate on cultivating one person. Moreover, the war between the two realms is extremely dangerous. No one can guarantee that they can survive. If they fall halfway, then all the resources will be wasted. We can't put all our eggs in one basket. I suggest that we distribute the resources to all the sky prides like before. Only then will we have the greatest hope. Lan Cheng hurriedly said. This guy, Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu, was extremely unhappy, but he could not refute it. Indeed, no one could guarantee that they would not fall. If Lu Ming fell halfway, then the resources would be wasted. If they distributed the resources to all the sky prides, then even if someone fell, there would always be someone who would rise. This was the most beneficial for the heaven realm. The white-haired old man thought for a while and nodded. That makes sense. Let's do it like before. We won't give less, but we won't give more. If you want more resources, you need to fight for it yourself. Only then can you grow better. Today's matter ends here. Everyone, disperse. Let's go. Lan Cheng waved his hand and led the Lan family away. Chapter 2262. The battle for the indestructible ancient scripture already came to an end. Everyone dispersed one after another. That white Empyrean also left this place. Not long after, there were not many people left in this void. Senior Hong Yu, many thanks for your help. Lu Ming came in front of Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu and bowed respectfully. Haha, this is all your own ability. I didn't contribute much. Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu smiled and continued, you just broke through cultivation. Hurry back and consolidate your cultivation first. Solidify your foundation. If you have anything to say it again in the future. Okay. Lu Ming nodded his head and immediately returned to his residence with Dandan, Bubbles, Mulins, and the Gu family. Once he returned to his residence, Lu Ming sat cross-legged and continuously revolved his world power to consolidate his cultivation. This time, breaking through to Emperor, Lu Ming's cultivation soared all the way to 4-star Void Emperor. He indeed needed to consolidate properly. In a blink of an eye, it was 10 days. His cultivation was already completely consolidated. Lu Ming ended his cultivation and stretched his muscles and bones in the courtyard. Suddenly, the space moved. A figure suddenly appeared in the courtyard. Senior Hong Yu. Lu Ming bowed. The person who came was precisely Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu. I sensed that you ended your cultivation and rushed over. Your cultivation should have stabilized, right? Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu said with a smile. It's stabilized. Lu Ming nodded his head and continued, Senior Hong Yu, I've also brought over your stone physical body back then. I'll give it to you now. Finished speaking, a stone man appeared in Lu Ming's hand. It looked exactly the same as Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu. Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu looked at the stone man, a complicated look flashing across his eyes. Then, he said with a smile, I've already removed this stone body and condensed a physical body anew. This stone body is equivalent to a puppet. It's useless to give it to me. Keep it and use it. Put it away. Lu Ming pondered for a moment. Seeing Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu's firm attitude, he did not say much and put away the Heavenly Emperor physical body. Lu Ming, what are your plans next? Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu asked. My plans next? I want to find a place to train, improve my cultivation, and comprehend the laws. Lu Ming said. Since he had come to the heaven realm, he did not plan to go back. He had just become an emperor. If that's the case, I recommend you to go to the Two-World City. You can enter the battlefield and fight against the outsiders. That way, you will improve faster. Also, in the two-world city, there are many cultivation treasures. With your current talent, you can freely enter and exit those cultivation treasures. Moreover, the higher-ups of the Heaven Realm will also give you some appropriate rewards. Just like the other top geniuses, they all have these benefits. Celestial Emperor Hong Yu said. Lu Ming also intended to go to the two-world city.
Us.
Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu said. Senior Hong Yu, when are you leaving? I want to say goodbye to a few friends. Lu Ming said. Tomorrow. Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu said. He chatted with Lu Ming for a while, agreed on a time to leave, and left. Lu Ming headed toward another courtyard. Before he entered the courtyard, he heard Dandan and Bubbles making a fuss. He walked in and realized that the two of them were sparring with each other. Dandan acted like a senior expert as she gave Bubble pointers on her cultivation. Little guy, you can't do it. You've used the space-time law too much. You can't use it at all. You're too far from your mother. Mem, when your mother sees me, she has to call me Big Brother. For this, I'll give you some pointers. Stand still. Dandan bragged while giving pointers to Bubbles. However, this fellow's experience and insight were indeed unique. He easily saw through Bubbles' weaknesses and gave her pointers. Lu Ming walked in. Big Brother Lu Ming, chirp chirp. Bubbles immediately left Dandan and rushed to Lu Ming's shoulder, hanging on him. Chirp chirp, why are you running so fast? Who was the one who gave you pointers just now? Ungrateful. Dandan was very unhappy and looked at Lu Ming. Lu Ming directly ignored Dandan. Big Brother Lu Ming, Bubbles is leaving. Master sent me a message and asked me to go back to cultivate. Before Lu Ming could speak, Bubbles spoke first. Lu Ming already knew that Bubbles had a master in the Heaven Realm. It was said that the master was a peerless powerhouse who knew Bubbles' mother back then. He was an antique that had survived from ancient times. Moreover, he was very good at the space-time law. I'm also leaving and going to Two World City to cultivate. If you have time in the future, you can come to Two World City to find me. Lu Ming said, but Bubbles can't bear to leave. Bubbles hung on Lu Ming's body and rubbed against him, unwilling to come down. Lu Ming persuaded Bubbles, and finally, Bubbles agreed to go back to cultivate. Kid, I'm leaving too. The Heaven Realm is vast, and there are many forbidden areas and countless opportunities. I'm going to look for opportunities to quickly improve my cultivation. Otherwise, I'll be surpassed by you. Dandan also walked over and said, Haha, next time we meet, I'll definitely surpass you. Lu Ming smiled, then took out a few jars of wine and handed them to Dandan and Bubbles. The three of them drank. Everyone had their own path to walk. Only by walking the path that was most suitable for them could they grow quickly. They all had a sense of urgency. Now, although the Grand Pure Celestial Domain was still in the Heaven Realm, the foreign races had not given up on attacking. They had been looking for all kinds of ways to attack, and no one knew when a terrifying war would break out. Now, although they had become emperors and their combat strength was not weak, when compared to the war between the two worlds, it was not enough. They had to continue to improve. The three of them drank and chatted. Later, Mulins joined in. Lu Ming simply took out a true emperor golden crow from his storage ring and began to roast it. Everyone drank from day to night and from night to day. At dawn, Bubbles and Dandan left one after another. Lu Ming and Mulins walked towards Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu's residence. Not long after, Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu and a few other Heavenly Emperors from the Primordial Realm set off for Two World City. The Heavenly Emperors were too fast. Not long after, they once again arrived at Two World City. Miss Mulins, with your talent, you can freely enter some of the cultivation treasures in Two World City to cultivate. Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu gave Mulins a token. Thank you, Senior. Mulins thanked Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu. You're welcome. I also hope to see you grow, especially since we are all from the Primordial Realm. Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu smiled and said to Lu Ming, Lu Ming, the Heavenly Venerate wants to see you. Come with me. Lu Ming nodded and followed Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu. Soon, they came to a side hall. Here, Lu Ming saw the white-haired Heavenly Venerate. Junior greets Heavenly Venerate's 6 saints. Lu Ming bowed to the white-haired heavenly venerate. Chapter 2263. Heavenly Sovereign Six Saints was dressed in white and had white hair. He had a gentle smile on his face, and no aura could be sensed from his body. He looked like a kind old man. Lu Ming, I've called you here to give you a reward. All top sky prides will be nurtured by the upper echelons of the heaven realm and can freely enter and leave some sacred cultivation grounds. Take this token. A token appeared in Heavenly Sovereign Six Saints' hand, and he handed it to Lu Ming. It was exactly the same as the one that Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu had given to Mulin's. Lu Ming took it and kept it. There are specific records of the sacred cultivation grounds in the token. You can view where you want to cultivate in the future. Also, after saying that, Heavenly Venerate Six Saints raised his hand and 3 grayish stones appeared in the sky. These are chaos stones. Lu Ming's eyes suddenly lit up. This was definitely a chaos stone. Lu Ming would not recognize it wrongly. He had obtained one back then at an auction in the Celestial City. Back then, people thought that the chaos stone had dried up. Therefore, the price was not expensive. Otherwise, the price would be very shocking. These 3 chaos stones obviously had not dried up. They contained chaos chi that could be sensed. Lu Ming's heart was burning with excitement. Chaos chi was better than nebulous primordial chi. It was a top treasure for cultivating a small world. After refining it, the evolution of the small world would be faster and at the same time. It would be more stable and could be used to improve one's cultivation. Take these 3 chaos stones. They're an extra reward for you. Heavenly Sovereign Six Saints waved his hand, and the 3 chaos stones flew to Lu Ming. Lu Ming put it away and thanked Celestial Venerable Six Saints. This is all I can give you. After all, the resources of the heaven realm are limited. If we concentrate all of them on one person, many people will have objections. Heavenly Sovereign Six Saints said, "It's those people from Blue City again." Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu said unhappily. Heavenly Sovereign Six Saints smiled helplessly. Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. It seemed that Two Realm City was not a monolithic city. There were many tricks in it, and there were probably many factions. Where there were people, there would be competition. Lu Ming understood this very well. Lu Ming, I can only give you so many consumables like chaos gems, primordial stones, and world cores. If you want more, you'll have to fight for it yourself. As for those non-consumables like some cultivation sacred grounds, I don't have such concerns. You can freely enter them. Heavenly Sovereign Six Saints added. Lu Ming nodded. He also understood that chaos gems and primordial stones were becoming scarce the more they were used. The history of the cultivation world was so long that these treasures were pitifully few and limited. As for some cultivation holy lands, such as places that could help people comprehend the Tao, such places could be recycled and naturally could be freely entered. He believed that the other geniuses would receive the same treatment as well. Lu Ming was already very satisfied. The value of 3 chaos gems was astonishing. Celestial Venerable, may I ask how to obtain more chaos stones and primordial stones? Lu Ming asked. When you hunt the foreign tribes, a type of crystal core will condense in their bodies. That is the source of energy for the foreign tribes. As long as you have the crystal cores of the foreign tribes, you can exchange them for treasures. As long as you have enough crystal cores, you can exchange them for any treasure, including chaos gems. Six Saints said, "Hunt the foreign tribes?" Lu Ming clenched his fists. Didn't he come here to kill the foreign tribes? When the time came, he could hunt for crystal cores and exchange them for treasures. It was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. After that, Lu Ming and Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu bid farewell to Six Saints. Then, Heavenly Emperor Hong Yu arranged accommodations for him and Mulin's. In a courtyard, Lu Ming sat cross-legged and consolidated his cultivation base. A powerful suction force burst forth from the small world within his body. In the outside world, endless origin energy gathered toward Lu Ming. Through Lu Ming's pores, it poured into Lu Ming's body and then into his small world, becoming a part of it. Lu Ming was not in a hurry to refine the chaos energy within the chaos gems. His cultivation base had just broken through not long ago, so he planned to consolidate it for a while. A day later, Lu Ming stopped absorbing the heaven and earth origin energy. Now, he planned to start comprehending the indestructible ancient scripture. Lu Ming focused his mind. In his mind, various profound mysteries of the indestructible ancient scripture appeared. Lu Ming carefully studied it. Cultivating the indestructible ancient scripture to greater mastery requires as many as 18 types of laws. Lu Ming was secretly shocked. In other words, if he cultivated the indestructible ancient scripture to greater mastery, he could deduce 18 types of laws. This was extremely shocking. An ordinary ancient scripture only contained a few types of laws. Cultivating it to greater mastery would only allow one to control a few types of laws. As for an ancient scripture that contained 9 types of laws, it was extremely shocking. It could allow one to cultivate all the way to the Emperor realm. But the indestructible ancient scripture contained 18 types of laws. It was no wonder it was called one of the most famous ancient scriptures in the heavenly world. Unfortunately, Lu Ming had only grasped 3 of these 18 types of laws: the life law, the array Dao law, and the tools Dao law. The core law of the indestructible ancient scripture was the life law. Indestructible, indestructible. This was the definition of an extremely powerful life force. Only by grasping the life law would one have the chance to cultivate the indestructible ancient scripture to greater mastery and display its greatest effect. If other Elysian children were to cultivate it, although they could also cultivate it, it would be impossible for them to reach greater mastery. This was because they had already grasped one of the strongest laws. It was impossible for them to grasp the life law. On the other hand, if an ordinary monarch body was to cultivate it, it would be possible for them to reach greater mastery. This was because they could use the indestructible ancient scripture to deduce the life law. In addition, there was also the array Dao law. Lu Ming had discovered that many people's divine abilities contained the array Dao law. The prodigies that had fought with him before had also grasped the array Dao law. The array Dao law could condense endless runes. It was indeed the most ideal law to construct divine abilities. The indestructible ancient scripture required 18 types of laws. Lu Ming had only grasped 3 types. However, he could already cultivate them. Furthermore, he had the life law. The power he could cultivate would definitely not be weak. If I want to cultivate divine abilities, I'll have to find a place that can help me comprehend divine abilities. Lu Ming's heart stirred. He took out the token that Heavenly Sovereign Sixth Saint had given him and carefully looked at it. After looking at it, Lu Ming left the courtyard and walked towards a certain place in Two Realm City. Not long after, Lu Ming arrived in front of an ancient palace. There were people standing guard outside the palace. However, after Lu Ming took out the token, he was easily able to enter. After entering the ancient palace, he saw a door of light. This door of light led to a small world. Lu Ming didn't hesitate to step into the door of light. In the next instant, Lu Ming appeared on a mountain peak. As expected, it's a Dao comprehension ancient tree. Standing on the mountain peak, Lu Ming looked into the distance and sighed. Two Realm City also had a Dao comprehension ancient tree. This Dao comprehension ancient tree had already fully matured. It covered the sky like a world tree and rushed into the clouds. Between the branches, the great Dao revolved. It was extremely mysterious. Chapter 2264. This was the 4th tree of enlightenment that Lu Ming had seen. He had one for himself, and there was also one beside the Titan longhorn beetle, one of the top 10 battle beasts he had seen in the Yuan continent. He had one at home, and there was one here. The one here and the one beside the Titan longhorn beetle were already mature. This was a holy land for cultivation in the Two-World City. He had the token and could come in and cultivate at will. Lu Ming flew forward. The closer he got to the Tree of Enlightenment, the more he could feel the majesty of the Tree of Enlightenment. Moreover, his body and mind also became unusually calm. Cultivating here, the speed of comprehending the laws and the cultivation of divine powers were definitely much faster than in other places. There were many people cultivating under the Tree of Enlightenment. Lu Ming chose a secluded area, sat cross-legged, and started to meditate quietly. Time flew, and 10 days passed in the blink of an eye. Lu Ming's cultivation of the indestructible ancient scripture was already at the initial stage. The life precept, the array precept, and the tools precept were intertwined to form a strange divine powers. Once activated, his vitality would reach an astonishing level. It was not only for the physical body, but also for the soul. The recovery speed was several times faster than the life precept alone. It should be known that this was only 3 types of precepts. If cultivated to the great success stage, the power of the divine powers formed from 18 types of precepts would be astonishing. He would be almost immortal. Of course, the mystery of the indestructible ancient scripture was not limited to this. It not only had the effect of recovery, not only did his vitality become stronger, but he also had offensive means. Inside, there was another divine powers called the indestructible golden body. Cultivating this divine powers would make one's entire body seem to have turned into a peerless divine weapon. Its defensive power was astonishing, and it was indestructible. Moreover, it also had terrifying offensive power. Every part of the body was like a divine weapon that could erupt with astonishing power. This was the indestructible ancient scripture. It had both offensive and defensive capabilities, and its recovery power was astonishing. No wonder even the Sky Emperor was jealous and wanted to obtain it. Lu Ming immediately began to comprehend. Soon, Lu Ming had cultivated under the Tree of Enlightenment for a month. The speed of cultivating divine abilities here was indeed astonishingly fast. In just a short month, Lu Ming had already cultivated the indestructible ancient scripture to a certain level. Of course, if he wanted to increase his power, he would need to comprehend the other laws of the indestructible ancient scripture. The more laws he comprehended, the more powerful he would be. However, Lu Ming had no plans to comprehend other laws right now. He had already grasped 9 types of laws and needed to expend a great deal of energy to comprehend them. Biting off more than he could chew, Lu Ming still planned on focusing his energy on the current 9 types of laws. Now, it is time to refine the chaotic qi. Lu Ming smiled and left the place. He returned to his residence. With a thought, he entered the mountain-river diagram. Then, a chaos stone appeared in his hand. Lu Ming channeled the power of the realm and sucked in 3 streams of air from the chaos stone. They were the 3 streams of chaos qi. Normally, a chaos stone would contain 3 streams of chaos qi. Lu Ming took a deep breath and sucked the 3 streams of chaos stones into his mouth. Then, they flowed into the small world, and Lu Ming began to refine them. Rumble. The small world trembled slightly and became more stable. At the same time, its surface area became larger. After refining the 3 streams of chaos qi, he took out another chaos stone and sucked out the 3 streams of chaos qi from it and continued to refine it. Just like that, a month later, he had refined a total of 9 streams of chaos qi from the 3 chaos stones. A total of 9 streams of chaos qi had caused his cultivation to skyrocket. His cultivation had only just broken through to the 4-star illusionary emperor realm. Now, it had broken through to the 5-star illusionary emperor realm and even reached the peak of the realm. This speed could be said to be astonishing. One should know that the higher one's cultivation was, the harder it was to raise it. The energy required would also increase. From this, one could see how precious the 9 streams of chaos qi were. If I had an endless supply of chaos stones, wouldn't my cultivation continue to rise? Lu Ming's eyes burned with passion, but then he shook his head. That was impossible. The reason why he could rise so quickly was mainly because he already had 9 types of laws, and all of them had reached the first level of perfection. The nomological threads covered the entire small world and made it very stable. Only then could he continue to refine energy and increase his cultivation. If it were others who did not cultivate their laws properly, such a crazy increase would probably cause the small world to explode. My chaos law. At this moment, Lu Ming's eyes lit up. He felt that his chaos law was about to break through. Immediately, Lu Ming closed his eyes and grasped this flash of inspiration. A day later, a gray law rose from Lu Ming's body. It was the chaos law. However, the chaos law that he controlled was much stronger than before. Second level. Lu Ming's chaos law was the first to break through to the second level. When Lu Ming was transcending the heavenly tribulation, After a series of battles, Lu Ming's comprehension of various laws had improved a little. Now, because he was refining the Chaos Chi and the Chaos Law were connected. Lu Ming finally grasped a trace of inspiration and successfully broke through. The breakthrough of the Chaos Law undoubtedly made Lu Ming's strength stronger. Now, I don't know how strong I am, Lu Ming thought to himself. If he were to face Xian Wulin, one of the 9 absolutes, he could easily defeat him. Let's go to the Tree of Enlightenment again. Lu Ming was excited. He wanted to go to the Tree of Enlightenment and see if he could break through a few more laws in one go. He came under the Tree of Enlightenment again to comprehend the laws. A month later, Lu Ming was disappointed. His other 8 laws had all encountered bottlenecks. Encountering a bottleneck was not something that could be broken through simply by cultivating hard and comprehending. In this regard, the Tree of Enlightenment was not very useful. The Tree of Enlightenment was very useful for those who had just broken through a bottleneck like the Chaos Law. It could help Lu Ming deepen his comprehension and improve his mastery. It seems that it's time to go to the battlefield to train. The best way to break through a bottleneck was to engage in life and death battles. Only in life and death battles could one stimulate one's potential and quickly improve. When Lu Ming was transcending the heavenly tribulation, it was because he was facing life and death battles that he fell into the ethereal state of life and death and comprehended how to fuse the laws of life, chaos, and death. Lu Ming left. First, he bought a set of information that introduced the battlefield and carefully read it. The battlefield between the Hunyuan Heaven Domain and the Taiching Heaven Domain was incomparably huge and vast. In addition to some ordinary battlefields, there were also some special battlefields. For example, when Lu Ming first arrived, the ancient battlefield was very special. No one had dared to enter it before. In addition, the Heaven Domain and the other races had also divided several special battlefields for the experts of both sides to fight. These were the Illusory Emperor Battlefield, the True Emperor Battlefield, and the Great Emperor Battlefield. Chapter 2265. For example, the Illusionary Emperor Battlefield was a place where 2 illusionary emperors would enter and kill each other. Firstly, they could train themselves. Secondly, they could kill their opponents and weaken their opponent's strength. They could also obtain rewards. In the Heaven world, there was a rule that stated that killing foreign races and obtaining their crystal cores would give them rewards. On the foreign races side, there was a corresponding reward. Killing experts from the Heaven world would also give them rewards. The True Emperor Battlefield was a place where true emperors would kill each other. It was the same for the Grand Emperor Battlefield. For many years, there was an unwritten rule that true emperors were not allowed to enter the Illusionary Emperor Battlefield. Grand Emperors were not allowed to enter the True Emperor Battlefield. However, Illusionary Emperors could enter the True Emperor Battlefield as long as they were not afraid of death. This was because if people of a higher cultivation level could enter the battlefield of a lower cultivation level, then these few battlefields would be meaningless. If one side allowed people of a higher cultivation level to enter the battlefield of a lower cultivation level to kill those of a lower cultivation level, then the other side could also send people. In this way, these few battlefields would be meaningless. After looking around, Lu Ming more or less understood the battlefield outside. He then walked out of the two-world city. At a more remote part of the city wall, there were people guarding it. At the same time, a door of light was opened, allowing people to enter and exit the city freely. Of course, there was a great array here. If any foreign race tried to sneak in, they would be immediately identified and killed by the experts guarding here. Lu Ming went through the door of light and arrived outside the two-world city. Swoosh! Lu Ming concealed his aura, then stuck close to the ground and rushed towards a direction. Lu Ming first wanted to go to the Illusionary Emperor Battlefield. He was very fast, like a shadow sweeping across the ground. After running for a long distance, Lu Ming finally entered the Illusionary Emperor Battlefield. After entering the Illusionary Emperor Battlefield, Lu Ming slowed down. However, after arriving here, Lu Ming did not conceal his aura anymore. Instead, he completely revealed his aura. This was only the Illusionary Emperor Battlefield. The strongest person here was the Illusionary Emperor. Lu Ming was not afraid at all. Now that he was a 5-star Illusionary Emperor, He was not afraid of anyone in the illusionary emperor realm. He had released his aura to attract the outsiders to hunt him down. Lu Ming completely released the aura of a 5-star void emperor. Then, he walked slowly on the battlefield, waiting for the big fish to take the bait. Lu Ming walked for a while. Not far away, on a mountain peak, there were 5 figures hidden. These 5 figures were all from the heaven realm. From afar, they saw Lu Ming. What's wrong with that kid? To actually release his aura in the middle of a battlefield, he's simply courting death. This kid must be a hothead. It must be his first time coming to the battlefield. He thinks that he's great just because he's a 5-star illusionary emperor. There are many people who can kill him in this battlefield. A few of them mocked. No, as someone from the heaven realm, we can't just stand by and watch him die. I think he's inexperienced. It's his first time on the battlefield. Let's go and remind him, a middle-aged man said. He had a square face and looked quite righteous. After saying that, he flew out, and the others followed after him. Lu Ming raised his eyebrows. He heard the commotion and looked toward the few of them. At one glance, he revealed a disappointed expression. It turned out that they were from the heaven realm. He thought that they were from the outsiders. Little brother, it's your first time in the Void Emperor battlefield, right? The square-faced man said. Yes. Lu Ming nodded. Little brother, it's too dangerous for you to release your aura like this. It's equivalent to exposing yourself to the enemy. Soon, you'll attract many experts from the other races. Hide your aura and find a place to ambush or move secretly. Only then can you hunt down the outsiders. The square-faced man advised kindly. Thank you, big brother. I know what to do. Lu Ming smiled and then stepped away. However, he still did not hide his aura. Stubborn. He's really courting death. I guess this kind of person is a disciple of some big family. He thinks that he has some strength and doesn't put others in his eyes. You have to know that some peak Void Emperors have lived for a long time, and their combat strength is comparable to an ordinary true emperor. Even if he's a genius, he'll still die. The others said unhappily. Why do we care so much about him? We've already reminded him. He's the one who's arrogant. He deserves to die. Let's go. The skinny old man was the most unhappy and mocked. They returned to the mountain where they were ambushing. However, the square-faced man was still frowning as if he couldn't bear to see this. After a while, the square-faced man said, No, that young man has reached the 5-star Void Emperor realm at such a young age. He's definitely a top genius. When he grows up in the future, there might be another top expert in the heaven realm. It's a great loss for him to die just like that. I've decided to persuade him again and give him a warning. Go again? That kind of person won't wake up unless he suffers. He still thinks that he's the best in the world. The skinny old man said. Even so, as someone from the heaven realm, I can't not remind him. Let's go. After the square-faced man finished speaking, he flew in the direction that Lu Ming had left. The square-faced man was obviously quite dignified. Although the others were unwilling, they still followed. Lu Ming didn't restrain his aura at all and continued forward. Although the square-faced man and the others had good intentions, they didn't understand Lu Ming's combat strength at all. Why haven't they attracted the foreign tribes yet? Lu Ming complained. Suddenly, Lu Ming's eyes lit up. He saw a large mountain in front of him. These mountain peaks were rugged with strange rocks and towering ancient trees. It was the most suitable for an ambush. There might be foreign tribes hiding here. Lu Ming walked toward these mountain peaks. Lu Ming's guess was right. There were indeed foreign tribe experts lying in ambush in these mountain peaks. Moreover, these foreign tribes had already discovered Lu Ming. Hee, it's someone from the heaven realm. This kid is most likely a hothead. He actually dares to swagger around here. He's really courting death. He's young and his cultivation isn't weak. He's probably a genius. The reward for killing a genius from the heaven realm is not bad. There were at least a dozen foreign tribes hiding in a mountain peak. All of them were secretly communicating with each other, revealing excited expressions. Attack. When Lu Ming approached, a member of the evil god tribe shouted. More than a dozen evil god tribe members rushed out of the mountain peak and surrounded Lu Ming. They're finally here. Lu Ming's lips curled into a smile. At this moment, the square-faced man and the others finally arrived. Although they were a long distance away, their expressions changed drastically. Not good. It's the foreign tribes. That kid has been ambushed. I told you that he's courting death. Let's leave quickly. Otherwise, even we will die. The skinny man and the others roared, wanting to escape. That was because the evil god tribe had also discovered them. The square-faced man revealed a complicated expression. He gritted his teeth and was about to escape. If they didn't escape, they would all die. But at this moment, he was stunned. The others were also stunned. Their bodies stiffened in the air. Chapter 2266. Lu Ming did not say anything else and directly attacked. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Lu Ming continuously pointed more than 10 fingers. His finger force was unhindered. Each finger force contained 3 types of laws. During this period of time, Lu Ming also tried to create some new abilities. For example, he integrated other laws into the chaotic finger of calamity or the chaotic divine palm to create new abilities. Although the power was not as strong as the chaotic hammer, sword of death, spear of infinity, and other abilities, it was enough for normal use. What Lu Ming used now was the upgraded version of the chaotic finger of calamity with other laws. This was not a simple integration of laws, but a special ability that evolved after a wonderful intertwining. Poof, poof, poof. More than a dozen evil god tribe members could not resist at all. Their eyebrows were directly pierced and they died on the spot. No matter how strong or weak their cultivation was, they were all killed in an instant, including a 7-star Void Emperor. After killing more than a dozen evil god tribe members, Lu Ming waved his hand, and the power of the world turned into a sharp blade. He cut open the bodies of the evil god tribe members and dug out their crystal cores. More than a dozen fist-sized crystal cores emitted a strange wave, sparkling and translucent. Lu Ming smiled. This was his first harvest. Lu Ming took out an empty storage ring and put the crystal cores into it. Then, Lu Ming turned around and nodded to the square-faced man. Then, he turned and walked away, disappearing in the blink of an eye. The square-faced man and the skinny old man were petrified, their eyes wide open. They only reacted after a long while. What terrifying strength! With a 5-star Tier 5 cultivation, he killed more than a dozen evil god tribe members in an instant. There was even a 7-star Void Emperor among them, and it looked like he didn't use any effort at all. They were all killed in an instant. This person is definitely a rare genius with amazing combat strength. The few people who mocked Lu Ming before were now amazed. It seems that we were ignorant and thought that he was a hothead. He has such strength and deliberately released his aura to attract the evil god tribe members to kill him. His talent has limited our imagination. The square-faced man sighed. The skinny old man's face flushed red, and he felt extremely ashamed. Just now, he was the one who mocked Lu Ming the most, saying that he was a hothead who overestimated himself and was courting death. Now, he realized that this wasn't the case at all. It was him who was short-sighted and narrow-minded. Let's go back and continue our ambush. We don't have that kind of strength. The square-faced man laughed at himself and then left. Lu Ming continued to release his aura like before. As expected, he continuously attracted the attention of the mutated tribe members, but they were all killed by him one by one. But after that, Lu Ming's reputation spread throughout the battlefield. Many people knew that a peerless genius had arrived from the heaven realm. His battle prowess was shocking. For a time, when the outsiders saw Lu Ming, none of them dared to come out. Lu Ming's move failed. Lu Ming was speechless. It seemed that he could not use this move for long. He could only rely on himself to search for the evil god race. Lu Ming headed towards the center of the Empty Emperor battlefield. In the center of the Empty Emperor battlefield, a group of top Empty Emperors had gathered. The top Empty Emperors from both sides were hunting each other there. Lu Ming's speed was extremely fast. He did not need to hide at all. He directly flew across the sky and quickly flew towards the center of the battlefield. Not long after, he arrived at the core area of the Empty Emperor battlefield. Boom, boom. Lu Ming had just entered the core area when he heard a deafening explosion in front of him. Beams of resplendent light shot up into the sky. The scene was shocking. Someone was fighting, and there was more than one person. There were many people fighting fiercely. Lu Ming's eyes lit up. He took a step forward and flew in that direction. At this moment, a fierce battle was taking place in front of Lu Ming. A group of Heaven Realm experts was surrounded by a group of evil God race experts. There were about 20 Heavenly Realm experts. However, there were about 50 evil God race experts. Both sides were experts, all 6-star Empty Emperors and above. They were all top experts in the Empty Emperor realm. Charge out. On the Heaven Realm side, there was a true dragon that had grown to 100 meters long. It roared angrily, and its dragon horn continuously shot out bolts of lightning. It wanted to charge out. This true dragon was very powerful. It was a 7-star Empty Emperor and had controlled 5 types of laws. It could be said that it was very powerful. However, the other side also had existences of the same level that blocked it. At this moment, the 20 Heaven Realm experts were all bathed in blood. Some were already seriously injured. The ground was littered with corpses. Some belonged to the human clan, while others belonged to the divine beast clan. A miserable cry rang out. On the Heaven Realm side, a giant elephant was chopped in half by an evil God race expert and died on the spot. Damn it, charge. We must charge out. That true dragon roared angrily. This time, they had fallen into a trap. In this core area, the top Empty Emperors of both sides were hunting each other. This time, the Heaven Realm had gathered dozens of top Empty Emperors. They had originally wanted to make a big move and ambush the evil God race. However, they did not expect to be ambushed by the other side. The other side had sent out even more experts. The moment they fought, the Heaven Realm side suffered heavy losses. There were only 20 or so of them left. They tried their best to charge out of the encirclement. However, there were too many of them. They were twice as many as them. Even if they tried their best, it was difficult for them to charge out. Charge out. If we can charge out, it'll count. We can't all die here. Someone shouted. A human expert with astonishing battle prowess was not weaker than that true dragon. He tried his best to charge out, but he was surrounded by 2 experts of the same level. He was beaten until he vomited large mouthfuls of blood and retreated repeatedly. None of you can escape. Today, all of you will die. A burly evil God race expert said coldly. These evil God race experts were all nobles with purple scales. Each of them had astonishing battle prowess. The Heaven Realm experts were in imminent danger. At this moment, Lu Ming had already arrived. Swoosh! He was like a streak of rainbow light, flying over from afar at an extremely fast speed, alarming everyone. There's only one person from the Heaven Realm, and he's a 5-star Empty Emperor. The moment the evil God race experts sensed Lu Ming's cultivation, they relaxed. On the Heaven Realm side, everyone looked disappointed. Little brother, leave quickly. Leave this place. Someone shouted. He did not want to see Lu Ming coming over to die. Since you're here, don't even think about leaving. I'll send him on his way. An evil God race expert who was equivalent to a 6-star Empty Emperor held a battle axe and charged toward Lu Ming. Swoosh! He swung his axe toward Lu Ming. A battle sword condensed in Lu Ming's hand. Mystical power. Sword of death. However, it was only formed from 7 types of laws. Lu Ming did not add in the primal chaos law. However, with Lu Ming's current cultivation, the power unleashed was also astonishing. Chapter 2267. He had killed a 6-star Void Emperor with a single slash. It was a clean cut. After killing this evil god tribe member, Lu Ming continued to move forward. A fiery light flashed in his eyes. There were more than 56-star Void Emperors and above. These crystal cores should be able to be exchanged for many treasures. This Brad is quite strong. Send a few more people to kill him. An expert from the evil god tribe roared. Kill! Kill! Suddenly, 6 evil god tribe members charged towards Lu Ming. Among them, there were 2 7-star Void Emperors and 2 6-star Void Emperors. When the 6 of them attacked at the same time, their power was shocking. Swoosh, swoosh. The third eye of the evil god tribe members emitted a bright light. 6 beams of destructive light pierced towards Lu Ming. Lu Ming slashed out with his sword and directly dispersed the 6 beams of destructive light. Then, he used the 6 feathered divine wings. With a flap of his wings, his body suddenly disappeared from the spot. It was as if he had penetrated through space and instantly appeared in front of the 6 evil god tribe members. The sword of death rapidly enlarged, becoming dozens of meters long and slashing horizontally. Puff, puff. 3 of the evil god tribe members were swept by the sword light and were directly cut into 2. The destructive power from all directions completely annihilated the vitality of the evil god tribe members. The remaining 3 evil god tribe members were shocked. They wanted to retreat, but it was already too late. Swoosh. Lu Ming slashed out with his sword again. The remaining 3 evil god tribe members were also killed. With a sweep of his power of the realm, he collected all the crystal cores of the 6 evil god tribe members. The evil god tribe and the heaven realm experts who were in the middle of a great battle were all stunned. Even the great battle had stopped. That was 2 7-star Void Emperors and 4 6-star Void Emperors. Their combined combat strength was absolutely shocking. Not many living beings could resist the Void Emperor realm. However, 6 such experts were like cabbages in front of Lu Ming. They were cut up and killed at will. They finally understood that a terrifying expert had arrived. Otherwise, how would a 5-star Void Emperor dare to charge over when he saw so many experts? As for the living beings of the heaven realm, they were ecstatic. They were already in danger. It was very likely that they would be wiped out by the evil god tribe and die here. Such examples often occurred on this battlefield. However, Lu Ming's appearance gave them hope. Kill. After killing 6 experts from the evil god tribe, Lu Ming didn't stop. He flapped his 6 divine wings and rushed towards the evil god tribe members. Puff, puff. Lu Ming was like a tiger that had entered a flock of sheep, sweeping through everything in his path. With every slash of his sword, at least one member of the evil god tribe would be killed. Regardless of whether it was a 6-star or 7-star empty emperor, as long as it was an empty emperor, it would be the same in front of Lu Ming. Within a few breaths' time, Lu Ming killed over 10 members of the evil god tribe. In addition to the ones he had killed earlier, in less than a minute, Lu Ming had killed over 20 members of the evil god tribe. The 50-odd members of the evil god tribe suddenly became 30-odd. Retreat, retreat. The members of the evil god tribe panicked. They understood that they had encountered a terrifying genius. When faced with such a genius, there was no way they could fight back. They could only flee. Don't let them go. Kill. The living beings of the heaven realm became excited and roared. Ignoring their injuries, they charged towards the evil god tribe with all their might, entangling them and not letting them escape. Scram, scram. Those members of the evil god tribe panicked and charged forward crazily. However, most of them were still killed by Lu Ming. Only a few managed to escape. However, their speed was far inferior to Lu Ming's. Lu Ming executed his 6 divine wings, and his figure flickered continuously. He caught up with the escaping members of the evil god tribe and killed them one by one. Then, he returned and charged towards the members of the evil god tribe who were entangled by the living beings of the heaven realm. There was no suspense in this battle. Not long after, all the members of the evil god tribe were killed. Not a single one was left alive. Over 50 members of the evil god tribe, all of whom were 6-star empty emperors and above, died here. The living beings of the heaven realm felt like they were in a dream. In the beginning, they were ambushed and suffered heavy casualties. Then, they were besieged. Many people thought that they were doomed today. However, due to Lu Ming's arrival, he easily turned the situation around. Thank you, little brother. How should I address you? That true dragon turned into a middle-aged man and walked over to thank Lu Ming. The others also came over to thank him. My name is Lu Ming. Everyone, you don't have to be so polite. I just happened to pass by. Lu Ming said with a smile. Lu Ming? Could it be that Lu Ming who became an emperor with many laws? It must be him. Otherwise, who else would have such battle prowess? Upon hearing Lu Ming's name, the living beings of the heaven realm all felt respect. During this period of time, Lu Ming's name had already spread in the heaven realm. Many experts in Two World City had also heard of Lu Ming's name. Before becoming an emperor, he had already mastered 9 types of laws. Among them, there were even 3 strongest laws. This had never happened before. Most importantly, he had become an emperor. He had broken the truth and created a legend. It was hard not to be famous. After hearing Lu Ming's name, the living beings of the heaven realm finally reacted. No wonder Lu Ming's battle prowess was so shocking. If it was that Lu Ming, then it would not be strange. Everyone, farewell. Lu Ming smiled and did not say much. He stepped out of the place. Just now, Lu Ming took away the crystal cores and storage bracelets of the evil god tribe. Following that, Lu Ming wandered around the core area and killed some top empty emperors of the evil god tribe. In this empty emperor battlefield, it's too easy for me. There are no opponents at all. This way, it won't have the slightest effect of training. Lu Ming pondered. The most important thing for him to enter the battlefield was to train himself and strive to raise the other laws to the second realm. But in the empty emperor battlefield, no one was his opponent. He decided that he would enter the true emperor battlefield. The true emperor battlefield was definitely filled with experts. That was the place for him to train. Thinking of this, Lu Ming did not stay any longer and flew towards the true emperor battlefield. The true emperor battlefield was close to the empty emperor battlefield, but the area was much larger. The true emperor battlefield was undoubtedly more dangerous. Those who could cultivate and kill in the true emperor battlefield were all experts among the true emperors. Lu Ming's speed was extremely fast. On the way, he met 2 groups of evil god tribe who wanted to attack him but were directly killed by Lu Ming. Not long after, Lu Ming arrived at the true emperor battlefield. At this point, Lu Ming did not dare to swagger around like he did in the empty emperor battlefield. Lu Ming retracted his aura and landed on the ground, moving forward carefully. Lu Ming did not plan to enter the core area of the true emperor battlefield. He planned to train in the outer area. The battlefield was very quiet. There was not a single figure to be seen. In the battlefield, ordinary people did not dare to fly in the air because it was too big of a target. It was an act of courting death, unless one was a terrifying existence. Lu Ming moved forward carefully. At the same time, he spread out his spiritual sense, paying attention to the movements around him. Boom! Chapter 2268. A huge hand, covered in purple scales and the size of a water tank, grabbed at Lu Ming with shocking power. At the critical moment, Lu Ming reacted. He stomped his foot and a violent power erupted, colliding with the huge hand. Boom! With a violent explosion, Lu Ming's body was sent flying into the sky like a cannonball. Waves of piercing pain came from his feet, almost tearing them apart. What a strong power! Lu Ming was secretly shocked. When he collided with the claw just now, Lu Ming felt that the claw's power was shocking, far above his. Circulating the indestructible ancient scripture, the injury on his feet healed rapidly. Boom! On the ground, gravel flew everywhere, and a burly evil god tribe member appeared. This evil god tribe member was covered in purple scales and had an abnormally burly figure. He was a full 4 meters tall and held a thick iron rod. He stared coldly at Lu Ming. Bang! This evil god tribe member took a heavy step, causing the rocks on the ground to explode. His body soared into the sky, swinging the iron rod and smashing it at Lu Ming. The iron rod expanded rapidly like a mountain, pressing down on Lu Ming. The void exploded continuously, stirring up endless spatial storms. Lu Ming's pupils shrank rapidly. At this moment, Lu Ming did not hold back at all. He displayed his cultivation to the extreme. A long spear appeared in his hand. It was the divine ability, Infinite Dragon Spear, containing 9 types of laws. The power of the world surged crazily into the Infinite Dragon Spear. Lu Ming also swept out with his spear, turning into a shocking spear light that collided with the iron rod. Boom! The void started to ripple like water. Then, it continued to explode for tens of thousands of miles. Then, a figure was directly sent flying. It was Lu Ming. At this moment, Lu Ming's arm was covered in cracks, looking incomparably hideous. This was due to the conflicting laws. However, more importantly, the other party's terrifying power surged over and injured Lu Ming. Even though Lu Ming had used all his strength and displayed the divine ability formed by 9 types of laws, he was still no match. He was sent flying and injured by the other party. One had to know that when Lu Ming attacked, he had already activated the indestructible golden body. His entire body's defense was astonishing, but he was still injured. It was clear how powerful the other party was. The power cultivated by the evil god tribe is so strange. It's not a law, but its offensive power is extremely shocking. It can penetrate the laws. Lu Ming frowned. He felt that the power cultivated by the evil god tribe was similar to the primordial immortal Tao. For example, the primordial demonic path and primordial demonic path cultivated an extremely pure and terrifying power. A mere void emperor can actually block one of my attacks and not die. The evil god tribe member's eyes filled with shock and disbelief. This person must be a peerless genius of the heaven realm. I must kill him. Then, he became excited and emitted a ferocious killing intent. He took a step in the air and charged towards Lu Ming. Kill. Lu Ming did not retreat and also charged towards the other party. Although the other party's combat strength was stronger than his, it was not too ridiculous. He could not kill him in one move. Lu Ming was not afraid that he could not kill him in one move. He had the indestructible ancient scripture. Circulating the indestructible ancient scripture, the injuries he had suffered earlier had already healed. Lu Ming was still in peak condition. Lu Ming circulated the 9 types of laws, the strength of his physical body, and the power of the world to the extreme. He waved the infinity dragon spear and fought with the other party. Boom, boom. After 2 consecutive moves, Lu Ming was sent flying again. The bones in his body cracked and blood flowed out of his mouth. However, his injuries were recovering at an astonishing speed. In just a breath's time, more than half of his injuries were healed. This was the terrifying part of the indestructible ancient scripture. The recovery effect was not something that a single life law could compare to. Again, Lu Ming's eyes were filled with excitement. Pressure. He finally felt the pressure. This was impossible in the empty Emperor battlefield. The true Emperor battlefield was indeed extraordinary. The moment he entered, he encountered such a terrifying opponent. However, this was also the best training target. Lu Ming could fight with all his strength. Lu Ming held his spear and charged towards the other party. The two continued to fight. In terms of attack power, Lu Ming was no match for him. Every time he was sent flying, he would be injured by the other party. However, he would be able to recover at an astonishing speed every time. Monster! This monster! The evil god tribe member roared, his eyes filled with fear. Kill! Lu Ming roared. His aura was like a rainbow as he charged towards the other party, as if he was not afraid of death. However, at this moment, Lu Ming's hair stood on end as he felt a fatal danger. Bang! The ground exploded as a figure rushed out, flying towards Lu Ming at an astonishing speed. At the same time, several black lights slashed towards Lu Ming's head at an even more terrifying speed. Those were a few sharp blades that could easily cut through space. Danger! Extreme danger! A thought flashed through Lu Ming's mind. At the critical moment, the infinite dragon spear was swung out, blocking the 2 sharp blades. Zzz. The sharp blades slashed on the infinite dragon spear, producing an ear-piercing sound. The infinite dragon spear was completely formed by the power of the world and 9 types of laws. However, at this moment, the laws vibrated and were cut by the sharp blades, almost cutting the infinite dragon spear into 2. Fortunately, these 2 sharp blades were blocked. However, there was a third one. Yes, there was a third sharp blade that slashed towards Lu Ming's neck. Lu Ming was shocked. He displayed the 6-feathered divine wings and quickly retreated. Pooh! Blood splattered everywhere. Although Lu Ming had avoided being hit in his vital parts, his chest was still slashed by the sharp blade. There was a deep wound and blood was gushing out. His body was almost slashed into 2. Lu Ming circulated the indestructible ancient scripture. The wound wriggled rapidly and automatically sealed itself, recovering rapidly. At this moment, Lu Ming saw the evil god tribe that attacked him. This evil god tribe member had an extremely strange appearance. It was very different from the evil god tribe that Lu Ming had seen before. Although this evil god tribe member was covered in purple scales, he was extremely small. He was only about 1 meter tall and had a thin body. However, the most peculiar thing was that he actually had 4 arms. Each of the 4 arms held a sharp blade. There was also a third eye in the forehead of this evil god tribe member. What kind of evil god tribe is this? Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. He had never seen such an evil god tribe member before. A Void Emperor is actually so difficult to deal with. He is definitely a rare genius. I must kill him. Kill him. The thin and small evil god tribe member revealed a cruel look in his eyes. With a tremble of his body, he directly disappeared from the spot. At the next moment, Lu Ming felt a terrifying danger from behind. Without thinking, Lu Ming displayed the 6-feathered divine wings. The transparent wings flapped rapidly and dodged the other party's attack. However, a huge iron rod smashed towards Lu Ming. The powerful force suppressed Lu Ming to the point that he could not breathe. Chapter 2269. Lu Ming was surrounded by 2 members of the evil god tribe and could not dodge in time. At the critical moment, Lu Ming brandished the infinite dragon spear and blocked in front of him. Boom! Lu Ming's arm made cracking sounds as his bones broke. A terrifying force pressed down on him, sending Lu Ming flying as he coughed up large mouthfuls of blood. At the same time, the skinny member of the evil god tribe attacked again, charging toward Lu Ming. Lu Ming roared as he dodged with all his might. At the same time, he activated the indestructible golden body, making his body as hard as a divine weapon. However, when the other party's sharp blades slashed at Lu Ming's body, the indestructible golden body was still cut open. Several deep wounds appeared that reached his bones. If not for the indestructible golden body, his body would definitely have been cut into 2. Damn it! Why is this brat so hard to kill? Kill, kill, kill. The skinny member of the evil god tribe kept roaring. His 4 arms and 4 sharp blades danced about as he unleashed a torrential attack on Lu Ming. At the same time, the other member of the evil god tribe also charged toward Lu Ming. With the 2 of them attacking together, Lu Ming fell into a dangerous situation. Lu Ming used all his strength to dodge and counterattack occasionally. However, he was still injured constantly. There were a few times where his head was almost chopped off. Fortunately, he had the indestructible ancient scripture, and his injuries were recovering rapidly. If it were anyone else, they would have died long ago. However, this could not go on. He was still no match for them, and would be killed by them sooner or later. One of them was powerful, while the other was astonishingly fast. Both of them were stronger than Lu Ming. Lu Ming started to consider whether he should use the fallen star bow or not. Right at this moment, a rainbow light whistled over from not far away. Its speed was extremely shocking. A human. Lu Ming's eyes lit up. Lu Ming saw that it was a white-haired old man who was charging directly toward their battlefield. Swish. Even though he was very far away, the old man slashed out a sword light toward the skinny member of the evil god tribe. The skinny member of the evil god tribe brandished his 4 sharp blades to block, colliding with the sword light. With a few loud booms, the body of the skinny evil god race member trembled violently and was sent flying. And at this moment, the white-haired old man had already arrived. Wielding a long sword in his hand, an ice-cold sword light burst forth and rained down on the skinny evil god. The strength of this old man was frighteningly strong, even above that of the skinny evil god tribe member. Instantly, the skinny evil god tribe member was unable to retaliate and could only defend himself. With only 1 stout evil god race member left, the pressure on Lu Ming immediately decreased significantly. Wong. Lu Ming brandished the infinite dragon spear and charged towards the burly evil god race being. Although he wasn't a match for the burly evil god tribe member, Lu Ming didn't care about his own defense at all as he launched a frenzied assault. even if the opponent's attack landed on Lu Ming. As long as it wasn't an instant kill, Lu Ming wasn't afraid. In the beginning of their fierce battle, Lu Ming was still at a disadvantage, but as time passed, he began to reverse the situation. He did not care about defense. Even if he was injured, he would be able to recover quickly. However, his opponent could not do the same. He had to divide his attention to defend himself. After a long battle, he had consumed a lot of energy. Slowly, Lu Ming actually gained the upper hand, suppressing him instead. Continue. Lu Ming's eyes became incredibly bright. In a life-and-death battle, one's potential could be stimulated the most. One's comprehension of laws was also the deepest. At this moment, Lu Ming felt that his comprehension of the array Dao laws and death laws had already reached a limit. He was about to touch the window of a breakthrough. Just a little more. As long as he pierced through that paper window, Lu Ming would be able to break through. Arg! At this moment, a miserable cry rang out. That skinny evil god tribe member was no match for the white-haired old man and was killed with a single sword strike. After the skinny evil god tribe member was killed, the burly evil god tribe member was greatly alarmed and panicked. He was pierced by Lu Ming's spear, and a hole appeared in his body. The burly evil god tribe member ignored his injuries and turned to flee. He knew that he was no match. If he didn't flee, only death awaited him. The burly evil god tribe member ran in the other direction of the white-haired old man, running at an astonishing speed. Trying to escape? Lu Ming's eyes turned cold and the fallen star bow appeared in his hand. He pulled the bowstring and a 9-colored arrow flew out. With Lu Ming's current cultivation, the power of the fallen star bow was even more shocking. The arrow flew through the void in an instant. The burly evil god tribe member wanted to block it, but he was seriously injured and couldn't block it at all. He was shot in the head, and his brain exploded like a watermelon. 2 evil god tribe members were dead. Haha! Amazing! Really amazing! The white-haired old man laughed heartily and looked at Lu Ming with shock. Lu Ming's cultivation was only at the 5-star Void Emperor realm, but his battle strength was shocking. This shocked the white-haired old man. Many thanks for Senior's help. Lu Ming cupped his fists and thanked the white-haired old man. Haha, you don't have to thank me. With your strength, even if I didn't make a move, you would still be fine. You're just a 5-star Void Emperor Realm expert, but you can actually fight against a 5th Order True Emperor Realm expert. 5th Order True Emperor Realm battle strength? Lu Ming was puzzled. Little brother, you don't know the difference in strength between true emperors? The white-haired old man was surprised. Lu Ming shook his head. He really didn't know. You dare to come to the battlefield without knowing the difference in strength between true emperors? The white-haired old man was speechless. He continued, Little brother, let's take the crystal core and leave this place. I'm afraid that the battle just now will attract others. All right. Lu Ming flew towards the burly evil god tribe member and kept his storage bracelet and crystal core. As for the white-haired old man, he kept the storage bracelet and crystal core of the skinny evil god tribe member. Then, the 2 of them left the place. Not long after, they appeared in a hidden cave. Along the way, Lu Ming found out that the old man was called by Tai, and Lu Ming also told him his name. However, the elder had not heard of Lu Ming's name at all. This was because the other party had been on the battlefield killing alien tribes and had not gone out. Senior Bai, may I know the difference in strength between true emperors? Lu Ming asked again. He was curious when Bai Tai said that true emperors were at 5th Order True Emperor Realm instead of how many stars they had. True Emperor Realm is a very complicated realm. In terms of cultivation, it's usually between 1 star and 7 stars. However, the difference in strength is like heaven and earth because of the laws. In the True Emperor Realm, laws determine battle prowess. Cultivation isn't that important. For example, a 7-star True Emperor can only control 3 or 4 second-level laws, while a 1-star True Emperor can control 9 third-level laws. Who do you think is stronger? Bai Tai explained, and then asked rhetorically. Naturally, the one with 9 third-level laws is stronger. Lu Ming said, That's right. In the True Emperor Realm, cultivation also determines battle strength, but it's not that important. Laws have a greater impact on battle strength. But the gap between laws and the true Emperor realm is too big. Everyone knows that as long as one reaches peak Void Emperor and cultivates 3 laws to the second level, they can break through to the true Emperor realm and become a 1-star true Emperor. However, this is the weakest 1-star true Emperor with only 3 second-level laws. In order to become a Grand Emperor, one must cultivate 9 types of laws to the 3rd level. A few peak true Emperors have 9 types of laws at the 3rd level, 3 second realms and 9 third realms. Every realm has a difference in level of mastery. How big is the difference between them? Chapter 2270. Lu Ming rubbed his nose. He knew that there was a huge gap between them. 3 second realms and 9 third realms. The difference was truly shocking. The weakest true Emperor is at 1 star with 3 second-level laws. A peak true Emperor is at 7 stars with 9 third-level laws. The difference in power is too great. 1 star, 2 stars, and 3 stars aren't enough to determine an emperor's battle prowess. That's why in the ancient times, the ancestors made a more detailed division of the true emperor realm. Based on battle prowess, true emperors were divided into 18 levels. This is the battle prowess of an 18th level true emperor. Bai Tai explained. Lu Ming was suddenly enlightened. He finally understood. True emperors have 18 levels of battle prowess. Lu Ming sighed. For example, those who have just broken through to the true emperor realm with 3 second-level laws are the weakest true emperor. Of course, within the same level, there are differences in strength as well. Some have supreme laws, some have monarch laws, and some have ordinary laws. There are also techniques that affect their battle prowess. Even those who have 3 second-level laws and 1 or 2 first-level laws have the battle prowess of a true emperor. Similarly, those who have 4 or 5 second-level laws and are 1-star true emperors have the battle prowess of a second-level true emperor. In short, the division is very complicated. It's hard to explain in a few words. I'll give you a jade talisman with a detailed breakdown of the true emperor realm. Take it and have a look. Bai Tai took out a jade talisman and handed it to Lu Ming. Thank you, Senior Bai. Lu Ming took it and scanned it with his spiritual sense. After a while, Lu Ming put down the jade talisman. He finally understood the true emperor realm's battle prowess. In the true emperor realm, laws affected one's battle prowess the most. However, cultivation, world energy, physical strength, techniques, and so on could also affect one's battle prowess. Therefore, the total battle prowess was divided into 18 levels. The 2 evil god tribe members they killed earlier had the battle prowess of a 5th-order true emperor. Lu Ming estimated that he had the strength of a 4th-order true emperor. Although Lu Ming's cultivation was only that of a 5-star empty emperor, Lu Ming's physical body was extremely strong and could make up for the lack of cultivation. On the other hand, Lu Ming had mastered 9 types of laws, and 3 of them were supreme laws. They could be transformed into divine abilities with terrifying offensive power. Adding on the fact that his law of primal chaos had reached the 2nd level, his battle prowess was comparable to a 4th-order true emperor. This was already extremely shocking. In history, there had never been a 5-star void emperor who had the strength of a 4th-order true emperor. The strongest among them was only equivalent to a 1st-order true emperor. However, Lu Ming understood that even though his battle prowess was only at the 4th-order true emperor realm, with the indestructible ancient scripture, Lu Ming could fight against a 5th-order true emperor. In fact, he could even exhaust his opponent to death. My battle prowess is equivalent to a 7th-order true emperor, Bai Tai informed. Lu Ming nodded. No wonder Bai Tai could easily kill a 5th-order true emperor from the evil god tribe. Lu Ming, only experts dare to enter the battlefield of true emperors. Even the weakest here has the strength of a 4th-order true emperor. The weaker ones wouldn't dare to enter as they would be killed easily. Bai Tai said. Lu Ming smiled bitterly. It seemed like his battle prowess was the weakest in the battlefield. However, Lu Ming wasn't worried. In fact, it stimulated his battle intent even more. Only in this environment would he be able to break through faster. In the previous battle, Lu Ming could feel that he was about to break through in the Law of Death and Array Dao. Moreover, Lu Ming had many trump cards, such as the Fallen Star Bow and the Heavenly Emperor's Physique. If he encountered a true emperor, he wouldn't have to worry about protecting himself. Lu Ming, why don't the two of us work together to hunt down the evil god tribe? What do you think? Bai Tai suggested. All right. Lu Ming pondered for a moment before nodding. Firstly, he felt that Bai Tai wasn't a sinister person. Moreover, he was unfamiliar with the battlefield of true emperors. It would be easier to hunt down the evil god tribe if he worked together with Bai Tai. All right, but the periphery of the battlefield is also very dangerous. There are many experts, and we can't go around recklessly. Let's find a place to ambush the evil god tribe first. Lu Ming had no objections to Bai Tai's suggestion. The two of them left the area and found a secluded place. Bai Tai took out a piece of black cloth and covered the two of them. Immediately, they merged with the rocks around them. The color was exactly the same, and it was impossible to see them. Moreover, the cloth had the ability to conceal their aura. If one didn't get close, they wouldn't be able to sense it. Lu Ming was amazed. It seemed like those who were active in the battlefield all year round had their own unique tricks. The two waited like that. For the first 2 days, there was no movement at all. They didn't see any outsiders or even a being from the heavenly world. It wasn't until the 3rd day that there was movement. They're here. Bai Tai's eyes lit up as he looked towards the north. Lu Ming also looked over and saw 3 figures moving on the ground. Their speed wasn't fast, and they were very stealthy. If one didn't look carefully, they wouldn't be able to see them. They were from the evil god tribe. There were 2 burly evil god tribe members and 1 skinny evil god tribe member with 4 arms. The 3 of them were very careful and carefully looked around to prevent an ambush. Senior, should we make a move? Lu Ming transmitted to Bai Tai. Let's do it, but we can't rush out rashly. We need a plan. Bai Tai said. In the true emperor realm, it was very difficult to judge the strength of the opponent before they made a move. The true emperor realm was different from other realms. In other realms, it was possible to judge the strength of the opponent based on the strength of the opponent's cultivation. But in the true emperor realm, it was hard to say. Some people's cultivation was low, but their laws were shockingly strong. Naturally, their battle strength was also shocking. Therefore, in the true emperor realm, luck was very important. For example, if you were to ambush someone and you were unlucky, you could only blame yourself for being unlucky. Therefore, it was very difficult for them to judge the strength of the 3 evil god tribe members. If it was in the past, Bai Tai wouldn't make a move when encountering 3 people because the risk was too great. But now, he decided to make a move. How about this? You don't make a move first. I'll make a move first to test the opponent's strength. If the opponent's strength is stronger than mine, you use that bow to suppress him and we'll retreat. If the opponent's strength is within our range, we'll attack together and kill him. Bai Tai suggested. Senior, won't you be in danger if we do that? Lu Ming said, feeling a little touched. He understood that Bai Tai was protecting him. If the opponent's strength was too terrifying and far above theirs, Bai Tai would be in danger if he rushed out. But at least Lu Ming would be able to survive. How can there be no danger on the battlefield? Chapter 2271. They waited for a while longer. When the 3 evil god tribe members were close enough, Bai Tai made his move. Whoosh! Bai Tai seemed to have turned into a divine sword. He became one with the sword and pierced through the void, aiming for the vital points of one of the evil god tribe members. There's an ambush. One of the evil god tribe members roared. A battle axe appeared in the hands of the evil god tribe member who was ambushed by Bai Tai. Whoosh! Whoosh! At the crucial moment, Bai Tai's sword aura changed. The sword light that was originally 1 split into 8 sword lights and attacked the evil god tribe member. Although the evil god tribe member blocked 6 of the 8 sword lights, 2 sword lights still landed on the evil god tribe member. Bang! The evil god tribe member was sent flying. His body was almost sliced into several pieces. His scales scattered and 2 deep wounds appeared on his body. Fresh blood flowed out, equivalent to a 6th-order true emperor. Lu Ming's heart shook as he judged the evil god tribe member who was injured by Bai Tai. Die! Bai Tai wanted to kill this evil god race tribesman in one go. However, the other 2 evil god race tribesmen had already made their moves, rushing towards Bai Tai. The two evil god tribe members were very strong. Bai Tai didn't dare to be careless and could only stop his defense. The three of them exchanged a few moves, and Bai Tai was sent flying. Kill! Kill! The two evil god tribe members charged at Bai Tai. Bai Tai unleashed his full strength and was at a disadvantage. One has the strength of a 7th-order true emperor, and the other has the strength of a 6th-order true emperor. Lu Ming judged the strength of the remaining two evil god tribe members. One of them had the strength of Bai Tai. With the two of them working together, Bai Tai was at a disadvantage. However, Bai Tai was focused on defense and wouldn't be defeated for a while. At this time, the injured evil god tribe member struggled to get up. He revealed a ferocious expression and was about to attack Bai Tai. 6th-order true emperor, I want to try it. Lu Ming revealed a trace of battle intent and rushed over. In the process of rushing out, Lu Ming condensed a long spear in his hand. 9 types of laws intertwined within it. Whoosh! He turned into a bolt of lightning and attacked the injured evil god tribe member. Void Emperor. Sensing Lu Ming's aura, that evil god tribe member was slightly taken aback. Then, he revealed a savage killing intent and said, "A mere Void Emperor dares to make a move against me? Kill." As soon as he said that, a beam of destructive light shot out of his third eye. This beam of destructive light transformed into a battle sword that slashed at Lu Ming. Lu Ming raised his spear and collided with the sword. With a clang, the battle sword was sent flying. Lu Ming's figure paused for a moment before he continued to charge forward. So strong? The evil god tribe was shocked. Originally, he thought that Lu Ming was just a Void Emperor. No matter how strong his battle prowess was, he would be able to deal with him in one move. However, Lu Ming was actually able to repel his attack in one move, which shocked him to no end. Genius. He's definitely a peerless genius. Kill. The eyes of the injured evil god race member burned with passion. Wielding a battle axe, he charged at Lu Ming. Lu Ming was not afraid at all and charged towards the other party. Bang! When the two of them collided, a terrifying force surged from the battle axe. Lu Ming's body shook violently as he was sent flying. His arm was covered with wounds, but under the effect of the indestructible ancient scripture, the wounds healed rapidly. Kill. Lu Ming's figure stopped for a moment before he charged towards the other party. Brat, die for me. The evil god tribe member roared and launched a terrifying attack. The two of them exchanged a few moves. Lu Ming was no match for the other party. His body was hit by the destructive light, and a gaping wound appeared on his body. However, the flesh around the wound wriggled rapidly and healed at a shocking speed. What a powerful force! As expected of a 6th-order true emperor. Fortunately, the other party is injured. Lu Ming thought. If the other party was at his peak, Lu Ming would be in danger even if he had the indestructible ancient scripture. However, the other party was injured by Bai Tai's sneak attack, and his battle prowess had decreased greatly. At most, he was only slightly stronger than a 5th-order true emperor. Lu Ming could still withstand such a battle prowess. Kill. Lu Ming ignored his injuries and charged towards the other party. The two of them continued to exchange blows. Lu Ming was completely at a disadvantage and was constantly injured by the other party. However, under the effect of the indestructible ancient scripture, his injuries would heal quickly. Even if he was fighting, his injuries would heal quickly. Monster. This monster. The evil god tribe member revealed a trace of fear. Lu Ming was like an unkillable monster. Law of death, law of array, breakthrough, breakthrough for me. Lu Ming roared in his heart. In the fierce battle, Lu Ming once again saw the aura of a breakthrough. Lu Ming circulated the 9 types of laws to the extreme. Boom. Suddenly, Lu Ming's strength increased by a notch, and he deflected the other party's attack with one move. Breakthrough, it's the law of array. Lu Ming was delighted. The law of array had finally broken through to the 2nd level. With the law of array breaking through to the 2nd level, Lu Ming's battle prowess had undoubtedly increased by a few notches. Swish, swish. Streaks of spear light pierced toward the other party. You actually broke through. So what if you broke through? You still have to die. Kill. Kill, kill. The evil god tribe member was enraged. Ignoring his injuries, he unleashed a torrential barrage of attacks. Lu Ming did his best to fight the other party. Although he was still at a disadvantage, his situation was slightly better than before. Law of death, law of death. Lu Ming focused all his mind and broke through the bottleneck of the law of death. After exchanging more than 10 consecutive blows, suddenly, an incomparably powerful death intent emanated from Lu Ming's body. At the same time, Lu Ming's strength increased by a notch. Boom! Lu Ming clashed with the evil god tribe member again. This time, Lu Ming did not retreat. Instead, it was the evil god tribe member who was repeatedly forced back by Lu Ming's attacks. The law of death had broken through. Lu Ming's law of death had officially entered the second level. The law of death was the strongest law of death. It was not something that array Dao laws could compare to. With this breakthrough and the fusion with the law of primal chaos, Lu Ming's combat strength increased by a notch. Lu Ming's strength began to suppress the other party. How is this possible? The other party roared in disbelief. How could there be such a person who broke through consecutively in the battle with him? This talent was simply too monstrous. Kill. With the increase in combat strength, Lu Ming's confidence increased greatly. He began to counterattack, attacking wildly. Swish, swish, swish. Streaks of spear light enveloped the evil god tribe member. Pooh! Lu Ming's spear light pierced through the evil god tribe member's body, causing a long trail of blood to spurt out. If this evil god tribe member was at his peak, he would still be stronger than the current Lu Ming. Although Lu Ming had broken through 2 laws consecutively and his combat strength had increased, Lu Ming's combat strength did not rise to the 6th Order True Emperor realm. It was roughly at the peak of the 5th Order True Emperor realm. He was still weaker than the other party. However, the other party had been injured by Bai Tai previously and had fought with Lu Ming for a long time. His combat strength had weakened by several notches. At this moment, his combat strength was even weaker than Lu Ming's. Lu Ming's attacks were like a violent storm, attacking the other party without any regard for his own defense. This made the other party even more vulnerable. Chapter 2272. Quick, come and save me. The evil god tribe member yelled, calling for others to save him. One of the evil god tribe members fighting against Bai Tai had the strength of a 6th Order True Emperor. He abandoned Bai Tai and charged towards Lu Ming. The other 7th Order True Emperor continued to fight against Bai Tai. Swish, swish. The evil God Clan member that was charging toward Lu Ming was a skinny and small evil God Clan member with 4 arms. It was very fast. It flashed in the void and charged toward Lu Ming. Lu Ming took out the fallen star bow without hesitation. Lu Ming had already achieved his goal in this battle, and there was no need to drag it out any longer. As Lu Ming's comprehension of the laws increased, the power of the fallen star bow also increased. The power of laws and world force poured into the fallen star bow, and an arrow emitting 9 different colors was formed. It shot towards the evil god tribe member, dragging a long tail behind it like a comet. The thin evil god tribe member was shocked, and his 4 arms swung wildly. For sharp blades slashed out in an attempt to block the 9-colored arrow. Clang, 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 clang. 4 consecutive explosions sounded, and the thin evil god tribe member's 4 sharp blades were knocked away. His body shook violently, and he was forced to retreat. Even though he managed to block a portion of the arrow's power, he didn't manage to block it completely. The arrow continued to shoot out. Pooh! The arrow pierced through the thin evil god tribe member's body, and a huge hole appeared. The destructive power contained in the arrow had already extinguished his life force. Right now, Lu Ming's strength had already reached the peak of the 5th Order True Emperor realm. Pulling the fallen star bow, killing a 6th Order True Emperor realm existence wasn't difficult. Seeing this scene, the evil god tribe member who was injured by Lu Ming nearly died from fright. Kill. Lu Ming put away the fallen star bow and charged towards the evil god tribe member. This time, he didn't need to spend much effort to kill the evil god tribe member. At this time, the evil god tribe member who was fighting against Bai Tai turned pale with fright. This was simply unbelievable. Two sixth-order true emperors from the evil god tribe were actually unable to defeat a void emperor. They were killed by a void emperor. He almost thought that he was dreaming. While he was distracted, he was struck by Bai Tai's attack and was sent flying, vomiting large mouthfuls of blood. How could Bai Tai let go of such an opportunity? He took the opportunity to launch a barrage of attacks. Bang! That member of the evil god race attacked with all his might and turned to flee. Lu Ming took out the fallen star bow and released an arrow. Boom! That evil god race member was pierced through by an arrow and was heavily injured. Bai Tai, who had rushed over, seized the opportunity and killed him with a sword strike. The three members of the evil god tribe were all killed. The two of them kept the storage bracelets and crystal cores of the evil god race and left this area. They hid themselves in another secret place while checking their spoils of war. In this battle, Lu Ming had obtained 2 bracelets of holding. In addition to the bracelets of holding from before, Lu Ming checked them one by one. World Core. Lu Ming's eyes brightened. He found a total of 5 world cores in his storage bracelet. Normally, only true emperors with stable minor worlds would be able to obtain the complete world core after killing them. After the evil god race killed the true emperors of the heaven world, they used the world core to return to receive their rewards. The world core was very useful to the living beings of the heaven world. As long as the power of laws on the world core was removed, the energy of the world core could be directly absorbed and refined. It could be used to condense a minor world and increase one's cultivation. Of course, if the laws of the other party's world core were exactly the same as one's own, then the benefits would be even greater. However, the upper echelons of Two World City had a rule that the people of the heaven world couldn't kill each other on the battlefield. Therefore, if one wanted to obtain the world core, they could only snatch it from the hands of the evil god race. The evil god race would hunt down the experts of the heaven world to obtain the world core. As long as one killed the evil god race, one would be able to obtain the world core. He took out the world core and stored it properly. After casually checking the other items, he kept them. Lu Ming, these 3 world cores are for you. At this time, Bai Tai had also finished checking. He took out 3 world cores and handed them to Lu Ming. Senior, you are? Lu Ming was a little taken aback. Take it. You're so young and talented, and your future is limitless. I'm different. I've already used up all my potential, and it's very difficult for me to improve. I'll keep some for myself, so I might as well give them to you. Bai Tai smiled. Senior, how can this be? Lu Ming refused. Take it. My ancestors were originally from the Hunyuan Heaven Domain. Later, the Hunyuan Heaven Domain was invaded by the other races, and my ancestors fled to the Taiching Heaven Domain. For so many years, my Bai clan has been fighting the other races in Two World City. Almost all of my ancestors died in battle. My purpose in life is to hunt the other races. However, with my talent, my achievements are limited. The number of races I can kill is also limited. In the future, I will have to rely on geniuses like you with endless potential. Take it. Bai Tai said. Looking at the old man's sincere and expectant eyes, Lu Ming couldn't refuse and took the 3 world cores. After that, they set up an ambush here. Unfortunately, they didn't see a single evil god race member for 3 days. Lu Ming simply took out a piece of the heart of the world and refined it. Surging energy was refined and turned into a part of Lu Ming's miniature world. His power of the world increased rapidly. These world cores were left behind by low-level true emperors. There was a limit to their energy, and it was impossible for Lu Ming to advance by leaps and bounds. However, the speed of his advancement was shocking. Lu Ming's cultivation rose rapidly to the peak of the 5-star illusionary emperor realm. In the next half a month, Lu Ming refined 5 world cores. His cultivation reached the peak of the 5-star illusionary emperor realm. During this half a month, they didn't encounter a single evil god race member. The 2 of them planned to leave this place and set up an ambush elsewhere. The 2 of them concealed their auras and ran carefully. Unfortunately, a few hours later, they were ambushed by the evil god race. This time, the other party was very strong. There were 3 7th-order true emperors. Lu Ming immediately took out the fallen star bow and killed one of them. The other 2 escaped. In this battle, Bai Tai was heavily injured. They found a secluded place, and Bai Tai focused on recovering. After Bai Tai recovered, they continued to hunt the evil god race. In the following days, Lu Ming and Bai Tai were in the true Emperor Realm's battlefield, constantly hunting and being hunted. Every once in a while, they would encounter a big battle. Time flew by. Lu Ming had been fighting in the true Emperor Realm's battlefield for close to 2 years. In these 2 years, Lu Ming experienced 56 battles. There were a few times when he almost died and was almost forced to use his heavenly emperor physique. The rewards from dozens of battles were shocking. Lu Ming's improvement was very fast. Devour, Force, Tools, and Alchemy laws all entered the second level. Only the Life and Piercing laws didn't break through. However, Lu Ming felt that he could break through at any time. Chapter 2273. Lu Ming's battle prowess skyrocketed as well, surpassing Bai Tai now. With the indestructible ancient scripture's insane regenerative abilities, his battle prowess was considered top-notch in the outer regions of the battlefield. Lu Ming's group decided to return to Two World City. He had fought dozens of battles in the true Emperor battlefield in the last 2 years. He needed to go back to Two World City to relax and recuperate. The two concealed their auras and spent a few days to return to Two World City. After returning to the Two World City, Lu Ming and Bai Tai parted ways. Time to exchange for resources. The first thing Lu Ming wanted to do was to exchange for resources and rest for 2 days before heading to the sacred grounds to cultivate. Lu Ming headed to the place where he could exchange treasures. Soon, Lu Ming arrived at a majestic hall. He walked into the hall and came before a counter. "Little brother, how may I help you?" A burly man in his 50s smiled at Lu Ming. "Senior, I want to exchange alien cores for treasures." Lu Ming said. "What treasures do you want?" The burly man asked. "Chaos stones." Lu Ming said. Chaos stones were his goal. Other treasures were not of much use to him. Only the chaotic chi within the chaotic gems could help him increase his cultivation and even use it to sense the laws of primal chaos. Chaos stones? Little brother, it's not that easy to exchange for chaos stones. You'll need a large number of alien cores. I have a list here of all the alien cores you need. Take a look. The burly man handed a list to Lu Ming. Lu Ming took it and scanned it with his spiritual sense. Inside was a long list of all kinds of outsider crystal cores that could be exchanged for all kinds of treasures. Lu Ming ignored everything else and found the Chaos Stone. At one glance, he was somewhat dumbfounded. So many? Lu Ming was speechless. He needed too many alien race crystal cores to exchange for chaos gems. Lu Ming estimated that the alien race crystal cores that he had obtained over the past 2 years could only be used to exchange for 3 chaos gems. One had to know that he had been through dozens of battles in the past 2 years. He had thought that he would be able to exchange for at least 10 chaos stones to break through to the true Emperor realm. It seemed that he had been thinking too much. But then again, chaos stones were consumables that couldn't be regenerated. Every time one was used, there would be one less. As time passed, there would be fewer and fewer of them. It was normal for them to be more expensive. From this, it could be seen that the rewards Heavenly Sovereign Six-Mind had given him were generous enough. 3 chaos stones were equivalent to 2 years of risking his life. "Little brother, do you want to exchange?" The middle-aged man asked with a grin. "Yes." Lu Ming gritted his teeth. He definitely had to exchange for it. The chaos gems were extremely useful to him. No matter how expensive they were, he had to exchange for it. The burly man was taken aback. Initially, he thought that Lu Ming was very young. At such a young age, it was almost impossible for him to kill enough alien tribe crystal cores to exchange for chaos stones. That was why he had given Lu Ming a list so that Lu Ming would know what to do. Unexpectedly, Lu Ming still wanted to exchange. He knew that he had misjudged. Lu Ming took out a storage ring and handed it to the burly man. "Senior, these are my alien cores. Take a look." The burly man took a look and was even more surprised. He nodded and said, "These cores can be exchanged for 3 chaos stones." With that, the burly man also took out a storage ring and handed it to Lu Ming. Lu Ming took a look and saw that there were 3 chaos stones inside. Lu Ming was overjoyed. He put it away, thanked him, and left the place. Lu Ming did not break through realm right away. After returning to his residence, he rested for 2 days and headed for that small world in the Tao Comprehension Ancient Tree. After fighting in the True Emperor battlefield for 2 years, Lu Ming's improvement was very great. He broke through 6 kinds of laws. Only life law and penetration law had not broken through to the second realm. However, Lu Ming had a feeling that it would be soon. He had already touched the threshold of breakthrough. As long as he comprehended a little more, he might break through. Lu Ming planned on using the mature Tao Comprehension Ancient Tree to wait for these 2 kinds of laws to break through before using Chaos Stones to break through realm. Arriving under the Tao Comprehension Ancient Tree, Lu Ming quietly started comprehending. Sure enough, the cultivation this time went very smoothly. In only 2 months, life law and penetration law broke through one after another. Reaching the second realm, Lu Ming's combat strength soared again. While Lu Ming was cultivating, in a great hall of the Lan family, someone was discussing something. You said that Lu Ming exchanged a large number of alien cores for 3 chaos stones? Lan Cheng, the Lan family's heavenly emperor, asked an old man. That's right. My Lan family's people saw Lu Ming in the exchange hall. After asking around, they found out that Lu Ming had indeed used a large number of crystal cores to exchange for 3 chaos stones. An old man from the Lan family replied. It seems that this lad, Lu Ming, has entered the battlefield to hunt for foreign clans. In just 2 years, the crystal cores that he hunted can be exchanged for 3 chaos stones. This lad must not be left alive. Send someone to keep an eye on Lu Ming. You must find out where he is going. Understand? Lan Cheng instructed. The old man nodded. Lu Ming naturally did not know all of this. Now, go back and break through realm. Under the Tao Comprehension Ancient Tree, a smile appeared on Lu Ming's face as he left this place. After returning to his residence, Lu Ming entered the mountain river diagram. Then, Lu Ming took out a chaos stone and drew out 3 wisps of chaos chi. With a breath, he sucked the chaos chi into his mouth and began to refine it. Last time, he used a month to refine 3 chaos gems. This time, he only took half a month to refine 3 chaos stones, and a total of 9 wisps of chaos chi. Rumble. Lu Ming's small world underwent a drastic change and began to expand. The power of the small world also became stronger and surged violently in his meridians. Lu Ming's aura also rose rapidly. It was 2 times stronger than before. After a period of time, Lu Ming's aura stabilized and was withdrawn into his body. 7-star Illusionary Emperor. Lu Ming finally broke through to the 7-star Illusionary Emperor. This speed was absolutely shocking. If this news were to spread, it would scare people to death. How long had it been since Lu Ming became a martial emperor? In just over 2 years, he had already reached the 7-star Illusionary Emperor. This speed was too terrifying. Lu Ming was able to improve so quickly mainly because his previous accumulation was too strong. As soon as he broke through, he became a 4-star Illusionary Emperor. Moreover, Lu Ming's law structure was very complete. All 9 of his laws had reached the 2nd level, which was far beyond his cultivation base. One should know that as long as 3 of his laws reached the 2nd level, he would be able to break through to the true Emperor realm. Lu Ming's laws had far exceeded the requirements. His small world was incomparably stable, which was why he could continuously refine energy into it and improve his cultivation base. I still have some world cores with me. I'll continue to refine them and see if I can use them to break through to the true Emperor realm. Lu Ming was looking forward to it. In the true Emperor battlefield, he had obtained many world cores from the foreign races. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.